decks. I would like to prefix this video with, this is a Justin deck, which those of you who have been watching for a while, you know what that means. I think this is better than a lot of the decks he sends in, but I do think there are some issues that I have made him aware of. I do think not having two Gideons in the main is probably a mistake. Basically, I think if you're registering Hallowed Fountain in a fair deck like this, I think you should have 2 Gideon of the Trials in the main, and I think you should have 2 clicks in the board. I think having access to like 4 efficient beaters on top of Snapcaster Mages gives you a reasonable shot. Excuse me. Woo! A reasonable shot in the combo matchups. Why win when you just don't lose? The problem is, those other decks, they reassemble so quickly. Ah, excellent. Excellent. I'm going to keep this. I actually cut the 4th Glacial Fortress from this mana base, but there are definitely 3 of them still. There are definitely 3 of them. This is not my deck list, Finley. So if you're not familiar, if you're new to the stream, I play decks by and large that viewers have submitted. And while I often offer feedback on them, sometimes people are like, nah, I just want you to play what we have. And then if it goes poorly, we, end early and I give feedback, etc., etc. Hopefully they're a deck that cares about spreading seas. Oh, geez. Oh, geez, I missed your donation comment. Brushland Ancient Stirrings. I was calling you daddy last night in Holy Divas chat. Thought you should know. Oh, Justin. Bant Eldrazi. Okay. Okay, this is it's a bit of a throwback. I haven't seen that one for a while. The no-fly list is not a no-play list, chat. The no-fly list is these are the things Jeff won't do for $10 list. That's what the no-fly list is. Remember, through the power of democracy, anything is possible. EE for 2. Gosh, that's rude. I can't even play out this search for Azcanta now, chat. How much for our Lantern League? 1,000 American dollars. Most things on the no-fly list, I'll play for 50 to 100. Lantern's a special hell though, so you have to pay for that one. If you want to send me to that circle of hell, you're gonna have to pay for it. This is like super awkward for us here. I was hoping they would crack this turn, but like now I can't play search or spreading seas next turn either, which feels really bad. So one thing I've been thinking about, actually, no, 1K bits is not enough. 1,000 American dollars is what it has to be. One thing I've been thinking about since I've been playing it in the blue-red deck so much, part of me really wonders if Nimble Obstructionist is not just absurd in these blue-white decks. I think the stifle effect from Nimble Obstructionist is potentially very valuable. And I think, what's the word I'm searching for? I think having a threat that you can play to actually kill them seems very reasonable in matchups like Storm and Valakut and Tron for a blue-white control deck. Yeah, that seems super reasonable, Brian. Yeah, I think like 2 to 3 seems like it could be a really sweet spot. I agree with that split. Just like having 3 like beaters that are like pretty efficient seems like it could be a great spot. Yeah. It's like, I got my stream, baby. Circle, thank you for the 9 months there. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. You can stifle Wormcoil Dead. There's just so many random things you can stifle in Modern. I think it's just very powerful in general. What are the odds this next Field of Ruin is just a wasteland? What do we think? What are the odds that this Field of Ruin is just a wasteland? I feel like there's a good chance it's a wasteland, right? Let's actually find out. Let's path this and find out if this is going to be a wasteland or not. It is, in fact, going to be a wasteland. Well, that's great for us. Let's just get that right on out of the way, shall we? Nice engineered explosives. It is arguably better than wasteland, yep. I could maybe have held field for colorless mana, but come on. I was asking Twitch chat, should I Stone Rain? And they, of course, they're going to give me the answer of yes. I like this list a lot, Brian. That looks really clean. Seems sweet. Spread the coast. Yeah, the question is, do I want to trade Azcanta for EE? Is a real question. Gosh, I almost feel like I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and just spread the coast and hope that this can eventually get them to crack the EE, I think. The only thing I don't think I'm a fan of in your list, Brian, is 0 Snapcaster Mages is some absurd nonsense. Yeah, that's you know, Ocean got there. I agree that 4 snaps in blue-white is often too many, but I think like playing a hard 0 is pretty wrong. How do we feel about Cryptic Bounce Disengineered Explosives? That's probably dumb. That's almost certainly dumb. I don't know about all of them. Two snaps is probably fine. It's a Teferi. I do love me some Teferi. When you get to Teferi and then plus him and untap with Cryptic Mana, it's so absurd. I think Green Black Elves is great. I put it under the proven deck list on my website. It's got a Grand Prix top 8. Put up plenty of results outside of that. If you want to find my latest Green Black Elves or preferred Green Black Elves deck list, you can find it on my homepage, jeffhoagland.com/decklists. I think I am actually going to... I think because we have a Teferi to defend now, I'm going to go ahead and flash in the Snapcaster Mage. I think Mill is the style of deck that people who are better Magic players shy away from. I also think like the iteration of the deck that like you've worked on, Jackal Girl, that's like more controlling is less common. I don't actually think, I think Turbo Mill is bad. I think an iteration of Mill that's a little bit more controlling is actually pretty okay. So I'm actually not going to flash back the path just yet, because by taking a hit to my health total here and waiting till the end of turn, it means my opponent's not going to play out a Thought-Knot Seer or anything like that, because my path still has flashback. Oh, would you look at that? Don't mind if it does. Don't mind if it does. Yeah, the turbo mill decks are basically bad burn decks. I agree with that assessment. What if we didn't do whatever you're doing? What if instead we didn't? They've probably flooded too much at this point to be able to get into this game. Let's do this first. See what we find. Mana Leak, Snapcaster Mage, Field of Ruin. These are exciting things, chat. Wait, did I forget to plus this? I just forgot to plus this, didn't I? That's so funny. Sorry, it's fine. We're ahead. We're ahead by enough cards that it doesn't matter. I was like, why didn't my lands untap? Why didn't my lands untap? I don't understand. Everybody calm down. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Big Papa Hoglands got plenty of cards. We got plenty of cards, okay? Alright, I'm gonna play around double soft stub because that's a card they could reasonably have. Alright, how on God's green earth? Oh, they've had enough. They've had enough. They assume we've had enough. Azandra with the $20 donation. Thank you very much. Always glad to catch a live stream. Put this towards something you want to play. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for the support. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I'm so far ahead, the Teferi Plus isn't worth my time, right? Alright, so we want to trim a lot of the counter spells here because they're probably... We saw Cavern Souls, in fact. They're definitely on Cavern Souls. Cast Out seems pretty good here. The Trickbind's pretty bad. This is a Rad Chad matchup. Yeah, we're leaving Type for Indy. Matt has to work till 6, so we're not going to get into Indy till late. Oh, that reminds me, I need to... I'm the court jester. I dance for the entertainment of the people. I think this is fine. I feel like this question's gonna come up a lot, so I headed it off at the pass and I tweeted my deck list. Where's my tweet? Let's link my tweet and make it a chat command, shall we? Bedlam Storm will do. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. This seems fine, right? Seems fine. Nope, I can't. It's been a while since we've used the card choice command. I feel like we've had a lot of really reasonable decks. God bless the card choice command. The mobile stream decker might be a little bit bugged. They brought in Rest in Peace. God bless. Resolves. You got me. To set the bar low, this is probably the best deck Justin's ever sent in. It's a Justin deck, it lacks boomerangs. Those are the people that have been here a while, they know what's up. Yeah, you get tapped, the nuts here. Just tap it in. Tap it in. Alright, I'm gonna path this because the rest of my hand doesn't do anything. I went to 2 and it felt good and kept overperforming. I went to 3, it felt good and kept overperforming, so I just decided to play 4 of the good card. I agree that this card is bad. When Justin sent me this deck list this morning, I had 3 pieces of feedback from him. 1 was not enough basic lands, and he said I could change that. 2 was that this card is dog poop. And 3 is that there should be 2 Gideon of the Trials in the main and 2 clicks on the board. Peter, with the 2-month resubscription, it's been 2 months now, and I'm still waiting for the new Hoogie merchandise. But after Gen Con, Christy was very adamant that she wanted to handle the merchandise, and I gave her the deadline of after Gen Con. So if we don't have stuff from Gen Con, I'm going to take care of it and do it myself. But if she wants to do it, I'm all for letting other people do things. She was excited, so I'm going to let her take a crack at it. It is morning here. Yeah, it is currently 9 a.m. cornfield time. Oh, I also said we should put temples in the mana base, which I still think is right. I think you should do whatever you find you enjoy doing the most, real team. I think just the act of actually just playing Magic will be very helpful for you by and large. Yeah, temples are the Scrylands. Gosh! Can we talk about my Snapcaster Mages here? I think 0 Colonnades is some nonsense. I've seen some decks playing 2 Colonnade and 2 Colonnade and 2 Temples, and I think that seems fine. I think 2 Temple, 2 Colonnade is fine. Yeah, we're definitely tap drawing here. We're just like looking for a sweeper at this point. I also think 4 Snapcaster Mages is actually too many. I think 3 should probably be like the ceiling in these decks, with 2 probably being correct. In my experience, when you just like don't have the burn spells to be snapping back, you end up in a lot of kind of medium situations where you just have too many Snapcaster Mages and not enough to do. And like obviously this is a strong exception because like we have Rest in Peace here, but like even if this Rest in Peace wasn't here, there's only 2 instants and sorceries in my graveyard currently, so like I wouldn't be able to leverage all 3 of these. You never forget, chat. Anytime you get dumpstered while playing Hallowed Fountain, you have one person to blame. Yourself. Except for me, I have Justin to blame. I actually get to blame other people because I don't pick my own decks. Yeah, this deck is close to reasonable, Justin. Brian Ruther linked another one of the subs here. He linked his version of blue-white control, and I messaged it to you on Discord. I actually think his build is really close, except for the fact that it's missing Snapcaster Mages. I like a lot of what he has going on. Seems really narrow. I guess maybe you could argue I'm just so far behind with the Snapcaster Mages that I need to try and do that. I don't know. I think I'm just like playing these as gain 5s and then like hoping to hit a sweeper. I told that to my friend who's driving 7 hours to play blue-white to make sure he remembered that he did this to himself. Alright, need a verdict. And that could be anything, even a verdict. Womp womp. They didn't blink this. That's weird. They missed 2 freebies. They could have made 2 Eldrazi Scions and then stepped there. Seems like a mistake. Turn Burn and Electrolyze do completely different things. Electrolyze is a value card that's good against cards like Lingering Souls and Young Pyromancer. Turn Burn is a really expensive card that's like okay against big creatures if you want to spend 5 mana. Lucky guess going on, Burgle. Good morning. Come on, play this Thought-Knot Seer, please. I already have to... Oh, I guess they can draw step Thought-Knot Seer me, right? Is that what's happening? I'm getting draw step... Nope. Alright, well... Unfortunately, this continues to be a no justice stream, so the fact that they played the Thought-Knot Seer out and then didn't draw step Thought-Knot Seer me... We didn't draw a sweeper... I actually think the lack of sweepers in this build is pretty bad too. I think Settle the Wreckage is actually kind of a trap in these controlling decks. Well, I think Settle the Wreckage is very good in creature decks that don't want to sweep the entire board. I think not playing like 3 to 4 actual Verdict, Wrath of God, Day of Judgment, Terminus is a pretty big mistake. I think you want to be able to be in control of the timing of your sweepers in a deck like this. I also think, and this is probably sounds a little bit weird, another reason why I think less Snapcaster Mage is good in this archetype by and large is because I think there's a lot of people in Modern who overboard cards like Rest in Peace. And like, if we just have less Snapcaster Mages in our deck, we get less punished when our opponents board incorrectly and bring in Rest in Peace. No fly list is not a we will not play list. The no fly list is I won't play this for $10. Anything is possible with enough democracy, chat. Thanks, Whiskey. We are going to, So I was gonna snap here. So do I snap Serum Visions or do I spread them off the temple? I kind of want to spread them off the temple. This feels bad if they rip me next turn, though. We didn't get our frame from Lisa. The frame we ended up getting was just a random one off of Amazon, I think. I don't know, Christy ordered the frame. But yeah, the mattress itself is still great. Thoughts on the Spreads Dragon deck from SCG last weekend? Clunky pile of bad Magic cards powered by Blood Moon. Top 8's Magic event. To the surprise of no Modern player ever. Blood Moon so powerful, it allows you to win with Magic cards that are otherwise terrible. News at 11. Dragons in decklist could have otherwise been Grey Ogres and would have won the game because opponents couldn't play Magic due to Blood Moon. Do we want more news headlines? I can do this all day. What am I playing this weekend? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna update my decklist site really quick. I can just do that. I can just do that. This is so easy. Delver Fae. That's it. Is this the one I settled on? Gosh, having a decklist page is great. That's what I should have done. I shouldn't have linked my tweet. I should have updated my page. All right. Yeah, do your thing. Perfect. Perfect. God, WordPress is great. I don't know what people did before WordPress. Remember when I said... Remember when I said we were going to get punished by this stupid rest in peace if I didn't Snapcaster Mage right away? Well, we got punished by the stupid rest in peace, you know? Stuff happens, chat. Stuff happens. Life comes at you fast sometimes. I'm going to go ahead and play... this Field of Rune out. I'm gonna Spreading Seas first here, so that way after I Field of Rune them, they can't Stubborn Denial me. Although Gideon would have been pretty okay to play out here too. No, Christy's gonna be home with the kids this weekend. WordPress is great. WordPress is like the Python of web development. It's just like... there's just a plugin for everything. Nimble Obstructionist is absurd. That's why I'm playing 4 of them. Been very, very happy with Jack Be Nimble. 4 mana is just too many mana, Zan. I thought it was gonna be okay, but just like, it's just so clunky. It's just so clunky. 4 mana is so much mana. Take this, take my time, my money, and all of my salt. Thank you for the 6 months, Demir Spy. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Welcome back. There's still a Spell Snare in my deck. Well, that's a punt. That should not be in my deck right now. Good news. They're flooding again. I'm gonna play 2/2/1s and we're gonna beat them down. Yeah, Grixis Shadow is a great deck. Very, very competitive and playable. Ready to spread your cheeks? Thought not here. Rude. Am I playing in the Classic if I don't J2? Yeah, almost certainly. Will I play the same deck? I don't know. It depends on how my losses go on day 1. I assume this is going away. I guess they might take the Spreading Sea because of the Cavern of Souls. Okay. Yeah, I can buy that for $1. No, that's not true, Burgle. Like, there's definitely times where, like, you lose matches because, like, you messed up. And if I lose matches because, like, I made mistakes, that's different than, like, me just getting run over. They feel different emotionally, in my opinion. Yeah, Full Metal. You should just play the cards I've listed on my website. I put Green Black Elves up on my site, so I have my deck list up there that I would play for Green Black Elves in the latest iteration. Can you ask why I went up to 4 Ops? Yeah, because Opt is just Opt just gives you more copies of the rest of your cards in your deck, basically. And it makes the Snapcaster Mages better. Having more 1-mana spells to snap back makes your Snapcaster Mages better. Yep, just I updated it 30 seconds ago. Smusher, gonna smush. I mean, to be fair, we've drawn 24 cards this game, so, like, it's not surprising to me that, like... What is annoying is that we haven't drawn a Teferi. Teferi would be ideal here, obviously. I think I'm just bottoming that, because it's never going to flip. I guess I could D-sphere this. Maybe I was supposed to... Yeah, that was a mistake, actually. That was a mistake. God, I'm just all over the place here. I could have D-sphered this, and then Serum Visions, and then Snap Serum Visions. Maybe that was better. Put this towards Slivers. Thanks for the enchant. There's a Slivers deck in my queue. There is a Slivers deck in my queue. Look at that. That's why when people don't, I just assume that it's there. I forget they all blur. There's like 60 decks in there. To be fair, even when there were only like 30 decks in the queue, I didn't know what was there. Yeah, I definitely should have... done this, because then... Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do this on the Rest in Peace to unlock these Snapcaster Mages. I think I just need to do this. Next land I draw will, probably get discarded to kill pathing this. It's like another TKS here. What if I told you I had a path to exile for this, and then I had triple Snapcaster Mage in my hand? It's the longest amount of time a deck has been in the queue. No idea. Probably 6 weeks or so. If you look at the queue now, things get to about 60 points, which means if you donate $10, they sit in there about 50 days. I guess that's 7 weeks. So a $10 donation sits in there for about 7 weeks. Let's have all these rested pieces. Feels bad, man. I guess they at least don't have this at least means they don't have more threats, I guess. Where's my Teferi? I need a way to win the game. And this is why Celestial Colonnade is supposed to be in these decks. Like, if I just had a Celestial Colonnade in my mana base right now, my opponent would lose this game. But because I don't, we could realistically, like, not draw a threat and not win. Thanks for being an awesome content provider. I'm sad that there's so little modern content released daily. Take my money and keep up the good work. Trump card, thank you very much for the 500 bits. I appreciate it. And yeah, I definitely know what you mean about so little modern content. I was looking for other people playing Modern to watch stuff, like in the evenings and stuff, since I've been preparing for Indie. And it's tough. There are not a lot of other people that make a lot of stuff. And a lot of the people that do make stuff, like, stream music while they stream. So, like, there aren't archives, so I have to, like, catch them exactly live. Which was also annoying. Flash in the Snapcaster Mage and trade with this Eldrazi Scion. Alright, if we find a Teferi, we should just bury them. I'm gonna hold on to this land because if we draw another Path to Exile, I wanna use the land to discard to the Reality Smusher. It's because it is Defara. Yeah! Yeah! Get authority! Feel the council! Verdict. 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 We did a thing. We did it. We spent a card to tap it on Reality Smasher. Oh, gosh. You will respect my Thortore. Let's see if they smack me or if they're smacking Chad. Probably Chad. Yeah, they kill Chad in 2. Come on, give me a Cryptic Command or a Sweeper. Ew. Maybe Chadley can get in there now. Maybe Chadley can get in there. Give him the business. Give him the big dirty. There aren't colonnades in here for budget reasons. There's a lack of colonnades in this deck because Justin hates winning the game. Oh, baby. Double the health, double the fun, right, chat? Double the health, double the fun. And again, there's only one more Supreme Verdict in this deck because there's only 2 sweepers. I mean, you probably have a minimum of 4 sweep. I think getting to play sweepers like Supreme Verdict and Wrath of God is one of the big upsides to playing blue-white control, and only playing 2 of them seems like a pretty big mistake. I think not playing 4 is fine, Justin. I think if I was looking to be as competitive as possible, I think 2 Temple, 2 Colonnade is probably a reasonable split. I've seen other people talking, like people that love them some Hallowed Fountains talking about playing a split. I think 2 and 2 seems fine. Justin's got a crown for a reason, and Justin sent a lot more through actual PayPal than through biddies. Let's stand up. It's early. Oh gosh, you know what I just realized? I was like, it's kind of dark in here. My lights aren't on. Like it feels dark. Let's get a little lighting, shall we? Poor Chad. And like, Chad doesn't, God bless us, everyone. God bless us. Oh no! Oh no! Seriously? Are we being ghosted? We have to be being ghosted, right? They didn't do this last time. Whatever. We might not be being ghosted, but last time they didn't do this when we drew a land, and this time we drew Supreme Verdict and they did, so, you know. Maybe they just forgot last time, we'll never know. But without another sweeper to draw 2 in our deck, it's just not gonna make it through. That was our last actual sweeper. And again, there's no guarantee that they're ghosting. There's a good chance they just missed it last game, but they did decide to not do that. No, Burgle, we have 2 matches left if we get dumpstered 2 more times. You're not giving Justin 2 decks a month? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about 2 uncontested no rejects a month. That's a lot of bad decks. That's a lot of bad decks. Yeah. Tron! Excellent. Maybe it will be a 3-match league. Here. We are super dead to Tron. There's no way we ever beat Tron, chat. This is Fair Deck Friday. Are we beating Tron at all today? Asking the real questions. Bant Spirits might be okay against Tron. I don't actually know. Of all the decks we're playing today, that one might have a chance against Tron. Karn is smiling because he's happy, because he knows what he does to people. No, I don't think I want Stifled to exist. 1 mana Stone Rain sounds annoying. To be fair, if they have Ulamog, we get to Trickbind the trigger and then path the thing. You are Field of Ruining me. Deal? Maybe I'm supposed to counter this because it gets a forest for them, but that seems aggressive. Spirit seemed like an underdog. That wouldn't surprise me either. Like I said, genuinely don't know. Let's get that out of here. Worldbreaker is probably worse for us than Ulamog at this point, because Worldbreaker comes back if we counterspell it. Yeah, I guess the leak's gonna have diminishing returns at this point, so maybe I should have leaked it. I could see that too. I was thinking the leak counters non-creature spells, but they've got enough mana at this point that the leak's probably just gonna be dead now. So yeah, maybe I should have burned the leak. Cast this authority of the councils, I guess. There should be a little puzzle piece icon on the mobile that should pull up the extension. You can, Zanman. Yep. My lack of white mana here means I can't snap path, which sucks. Use my no button on that one for sure. That one wasn't me. That was the Stream Decker folks. So, Stream Decker's a great add-on. I'm glad they're supporting mobile now. Wait, what? Yes. Resolves. Yeah, you should always attack tower last. And the reason for that is, assuming you don't know any information about other Tron pieces they could have, you want to leave the towers in play, so that way when they're using their mana to reassemble Tron, they're going to have to tap their towers, which means the turn they finally reassemble Tron, they'll have slightly less mana. Alright, so now we just need a way to deal with this, and we might be in the clear. So we're going to 14 here, they only have one card left. I guess, do I keep this? I guess I'm just gonna play this, huh? I can just settle this. I think I want to play this. Alrighty. The Stream Decker on mobile appears to be buggy. Oh, it's a new feature. Some people are saying it's still showing the blue-red deck. Alright, I mean, there's a chance that Search buries them in the ground here. We get to play Eye of Ugin and they don't. Nope! Nope, I want that one, chat. That is a card I would like to draw. That is a card I would like to draw, chat. Spread that one. Alrighty, let's... Your move, Yugi boy. Your move. So they've got 5. They only have 8 mana now, which means this mana leak is live again. Woo, doggy! Woo, doggy! Alright, let's activate Azcanta here to start and see what we get. Got a path to Exile, that's why we activated first. First we'll let this one resolve and then path it. Oh baby. Oh baby, baby. Oh baby, baby. Do 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 do. Beep 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 do do. Truly, truly delicious. Activate my Azcanta. Only having one Azcanta in this deck is also an absurd mistake. While we're talking about things that are built incorrectly. This is a minimum 2 of in these blue-white decks. Play the cards. Thanks, Japs. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the formatting for everything on the site. I think the leak's gonna be pretty live here. Like, leak is still countering Karns and stuff like that, so I think it's okay. Nala, with the brand new tier 1 sub, thank you very much for that support. I appreciate it. I'm here because I love streaming, but I definitely wouldn't be here as often as I am without the support of people like you all. Oh, Oblivion Stone, huh? If only, it would just be the worst if something were to happen to this Oblivion Stone activation, chat, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it just be arguably the worst if something unfortunate were to happen to this Oblivion Stone activation? Wouldn't you just be saddened by my opponent's lack of an Oblivion Stone activation? It just seems like just a damn shame, really. Seems like what I would describe as a damn shame. Alright, let's go ahead and spread a mine here. I want to attack their second setup of Tron. I do wish that this Trickbind was a Nimble Obstructionist. I wish it would draw a card, but, you know, beggars won't be choosers. Part of me really wants to type, you seem to have gotten yourself into quite the bind in chat, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna contain myself. Another Worm Coil. This Mana Leak's gonna be dead soon, so I guess we'll just use this. I can't field them first because then they'll be able to pay for the leak. Deal. These are looking a little cryptic, huh? I'm not gonna cast the Serum Visions because I'm probably cracking a Field of Ruin this turn, so I don't want to shuffle them away. This might be a Teferi alt win the game. This is Justin's deck. And seeing some bad cards like Authority of the Council, it's got a pretty reasonable game plan. So I'm going to field them off this mine in response here. So this way, they can't just get a power plant and then have Tron mana for a turn. I don't think I'm supposed to Cryptic deck because I have this other field. Games like this make me realize why people play Hallowed Fountain decks in Modern. And it's actually a really interesting psychological thing. Control decks, when you're testing them, always feel better than they actually are. And the reason for that is control decks, when you win with them, spend most of the game winning. And when you lose with the control deck, you only spend a very short amount of time losing most of the time because the games you lose are fast and brutal. So when you win, you spend a lot of time winning, and when you lose, you spend a very short amount of time losing. So you feel way better about these decks than they actually are if you're being careful and tracking your results with them. Because they feel like, well, I've been winning a lot with this deck. When in reality, you look back at the results and go, oh, that's not actually a very good record, is it? I think it's very easy to fall into a trap like that. Which is why when you're testing decks like this, you really want to be sure that you're logging your matches and logging the results to make sure that you're going to have accurate information. All right, so definitely want these out. Do I want to cut anything else? Did I want to cut anything else out here? Yeah, I don't know if I want D-Sphere. I guess if I don't want D-Sphere, I don't want Cast Out. No, Jace is great. You be quiet. I'm not here to not cast Jace the Mind Sculptor. Silly chat. Maybe these paths are a little bit medium, and I want like 2 of these. This being quick seems relevant. I think the leaks are good. I think we have enough ways to attack their Tron that the leaks become good. Yeah, but the problem with that Bolt Snap Bolt is that good Tron players know that logic and will sequence their Tron pieces in different order. So it's a leveling thing. So by and large, I always default to just not attacking the tower. Yeah, Snare is only good against Sylvan Scrying, so I don't really want that. Awesome, Bandit. Not enough lands. If this was a Scry land, I'd probably keep this. That's probably a good clip, Marty. Dealer's choice. Thank you, Matt, for the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the bits. Thanks for keeping me here. All right, I'm just gonna play that on one now. Thanks for the clip, Marty. Field of Ruin is a great draw here. Looking for Spreading Seas and Field of Ruin, stuff like that here. That's a pretty good draw. I think I'm going to double bottom here. Might be a little bit aggressive, but we're likely to find more lands. Thank you for clipping that, Marty. That's perfect. I might show that. Does that video qualify as a rant, we think, Marty? Should I clip that one as a rant? What do we think? Should I upload that one after? And maybe I should change it from, I mean, most of the rants are educational logic. That's what they are. All of the rants are things that are by and large true. Man, they are gonna natural Tron us next turn. I'm gonna slide out of my chair. But I just want you to know there aren't Shadow of Doubts in my deck for me to not be able to do this. Alright, moving on. Moving along. Moving along. So for people that are wondering why I conceded there, the Detention Sphere has to be followed up by absolutely nothing and that's why cards like Shadow of the Doubt by and large are kind of medium, right? Like, I used it at the opportune spot and got super punished. If I go land Sphere, I'm fine if they have Stone Nothing, but they're playing Tron. They don't have Stone Nothing, chat. That's not how this works. If you think that's how that works, you're new here. I'd rather have Blood Moon gone than Ancient Stirrings. 10 out of 10 would rather have Blood Moon gone than Ancient Stirrings. Shadow's a little bit better on the play here. Hopefully it's going to be Sylvan Scrying I get to tag. Because I did choose to not use my mana with this, hoping they were going for the Sylvan Scrying. That's unfortunate for us. Yeah, and like, just like the timing on this card is so terribly awkward, right? Because like, now I want to Spreading Seize them, but I can't hold up Shadow of Doubt if they're smart and tap out on their turn. So like, I feel bad about that sequencing now as well. I really think that's pretty far from the truth, the Ninja Turtle. I think the number of people that look at their deck and go, oh, I can't play this because of Blood Moon are super few and far between. I think the number of people that look at their deck and go, well, if my opponent plays Blood Moon, I'm just not going to have fun and play Magic. I think that there are a number of people with that approach, though. I think there are plenty of people who just go, oh, well, if my opponent Blood Moons me, I just won't have fun and actually play Magic this game. I think there are a lot of people that take that approach, and it's fine to like Blood Moon. Blood Moon's a really fucked up powerful card. It is okay to understand that Blood Moon is a powerful card while also being aware of the fact that it creates non-games of Magic and creates a bad gameplay experience. There's nothing, you can both understand that it creates a bad gameplay experience and enjoy creating that bad gameplay experience for other people. Ensnaring Bridge is different from Blood Moon. People always... I taught my Chinese girlfriend the We Did It song, and she knows it from the guy on Twitch who plays my card game. That's great, Green Sky. Bug Helper, thank you for the 3-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thank you for the ad bits, Bolt Snap Bolt. I think I want to risk it here for a turn. I know we're just going to get like Natty Tron and hate myself here, but... I think I'm supposed to tap out here. I'm gonna put this Mana Leak back for now, I think. Hey, what's going on? It's Art. I appreciate it. Congrats on your new job. I think I'm just supposed to exile this here. Looking forward to 3 more months of memes, rants, and the smush button. Thanks, Kessel, for the 3-month resub. Thanks for re-upping and welcome back. I appreciate it. All right, well, if we can avoid getting Ulamogged, we could be okay. I'm going to concede to this Ulamog, though. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. You know? Good morning, sir. Keep up the good work with the content and the memes. And I love the culture around your chat. It's reasonable and fun. Thanks for the 7 months alcohol to tier 3 level. I appreciate that. Remember, we have a fancy Google form now down below the stream to submit decks through. Or if you'd like to bump something that's already in the queue, just drop me a whisper to do that. I don't think the Jace was too aggressive. To be fair, the way our hand was constructed, we weren't beating the Ulamog regardless. Like, the Ulamog was going to happen, it was going to double Stone Rain us, and we were probably going to die. I think it's very easy to look at me playing that Jace there when we didn't know our opponent was going to guaranteed have Tron and be very results based and go, oh, well, they had Tron and they had exactly Karn, so we got punished. They had to have Tron piece and Karn to punish us. And then they had to have Ulamog to follow it up to punish us further. Lou Mason, thank you for the 2 months and welcome back. I think you will lose more games to Tron playing super scared and never doing anything than you will taking risks like that are reasonable percentage plays. What I took there was a reasonable percentage play. And remember, that's what makes games like Magic so difficult. Making a correct percentage play doesn't mean you win the game. It means you are simply putting yourself in the best possible position to be able to win the game. Hey, look, another unwinnable matchup. Well, this is going about as well as I expected Hallowed Fountains to go. This is going about as well as I expected Hallowed Fountains to go. Alright, I guess I'll Stone Rain them. And D-Hype, thank you, Zach. Yeah, I'm gonna Spreading Seas here just to like cantrip and get my card. Then we can snap. Maybe I should snap Serum Visions here actually. Snap Serum Visions could also be okay. I mean, Shadow of the Doubt's okay. So here's the thing I think a lot of people don't get. I've often heard people say things like, this matchup looks good for blue-white on paper. And the reason why this matchup is bad for decks like Jeskai and blue-white control isn't bad because of their threats like Scape Shift and Primeval Titan. This matchup is bad because your opponent just draws copies of Valakut and then plays lands and kills you slowly with them. That's why this matchup is bad. This matchup is bad because they just play lands and their lands kill you. And their lands kill our Snapcaster Mages and they kill our Planeswalkers and they kill our ways to actually win the game. And we can't just run them, we can't just deck them either because we're drawing more cards than they do. So their lands not only kill us, but they also run us out of ways to kill them. Their inevitability is fine. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Just right on cue. Random person in chat telling me it's good. It's fine. Look at that. The problem, Marty, is that we never get to the point of Teferi tucking himself is the issue. You don't survive that long. They kill the Teferi. Jariv, I probably pronounced that wrong. Here's for the 65 card Living End Scape Shift. I would request that you peek at the sideboard. 10 out of 10 sounds good. That one's probably going to come up on a meme Monday when it gets to the top of the queue. No, I want to save the Cryptics for their payoffs here, chat. We don't have win conditions in our deck, so we're going to try and grind them out even though I don't think it's a good plan because it's our only plan. Getting into the trials will be good out of the board. And this matchup is actually one of the reasons why I think you should have 2 copies of Gideon in your deck, for what it's worth. Matches like this where you need to take a more aggressive role and be the beatdown. Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, I think Nimble Obstructionist is a pretty reasonable card in this archetype, likely, because in addition to being a disruptive element on occasion, it also allows you to beat down in matches like this where you need to be beating them down instead of sitting here durdling. The other part of the problem with this matchup that makes it difficult is that the fact that they can win when we grind them out, when we're trying to grind them out on occasion, is also made more complicated by the fact that, like, they have games where they're just on the play and have a bunch of ramp and just run us over. So when you mix in the fact that, like, they can win long games and they can run us over, it makes it very difficult overall. I feel like Geist is really narrow is the issue. Also, tapping out for a 3-mana sorcery speed threat in matches like this is often difficult, which is awkward for Gideon too, but Gideon's more flexible, and honestly, the Gideon should be in the main deck. Looks like... okay, so do I think I actually want to Logic Knot this. Erdian wins. For a deck to cut into the current day, I expect it to have $100 total contributed to it. So if you look at, what is it, column E, whatever that column is, if that column is bumped to 100, I'll get something in the same day. So basically, days spent in the queue don't count towards getting to cut the line if you're looking to get into the same day. I don't think I'm supposed to use the expensive card first, though, right? Like this Shadow of Doubt's going to have diminishing returns. I mean, this Logic Knot's going to have diminishing returns. No, Cryptic, we're not finding a win condition yet. We don't have win conditions to find. That's the issue. The issue is that we can't tempo them. Look at the deck list is on your screen. Look at the cards in our deck. Tempoing them is not an option. Our deck does not have the tools to be a tempo deck. If we had the tools to be a tempo deck, this matchup would not be necessarily bad. If we had the tools to be a tempo deck, this would probably be a pretty okay matchup. They have plenty of ways to kill a Snapcaster Mage. You can type ! deck to get a link to the deck list. The Stream Decker on mobile is still in beta or buggier, it seems, or whatever. Even Ruined Halo isn't good in this matchup. Ruined Halo doesn't fix the problem. The problem is that they kill all of your threats. Ruined Halo doesn't help with that. You still just die. They kill your threats and then eventually kill you. My win con is I'm going to try and stay up on clock here. It was all 4-ofs and focused on burn. I think I called it Jeskai Control. I might have called it Jeskai Burn Omnifect. I'm not 100% sure. It was one of the two. Kessel Runner with the $10 donation. Landfall Aggro, please. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Happy to add that one back to the queue. I love that one. Yeah, the redirection rule means Halo doesn't protect your Planeswalkers anymore. It's a big issue. All right, just all the cryptic commands. I think we're on the plan. This is 5. So I can Serum Visions again here. I think we're on the plan of just like spreading them off of their Valakuts and then hoping to win the game that way. I think that's actually just our plan. Spreading and fielding them off of their Valakuts. Hallowed Fountain decks are fan favorites. These are decks that people desperately want to be very good and play them at a disproportional rate. Usually they play 4 Valakuts. Not always, but usually. 3's the floor. At some point, Bounce the Seas might be fine, but like, I'm actually not winning this game. Honestly, they might just deck us, because I don't actually have a way to win the game is the issue. I don't actually have a way to win the game. I guess we're gonna draw a Teferi at some point. The problem, chat, is that their hand is full of cards that do things, which include pressuring a Teferi. Oh, good. Modern staple authority of the Consuls. Yeah, there aren't colonnades in this deck either, correct, which is also a mistake. For those of you that are watching this deck who are fans of blue-white control, this deck has a lot of, let's call them, unique choices that we're going to break down and explain. We've been breaking down and explaining why they're awkward. Like these main deck authority of the Consuls. These are really bad. Yeah, the way we're winning this game is by spreading, seizing, and field of ruining a bunch of things. The problem is we're just gonna get burned out, right? Because casting them doesn't do anything. There's really no reason to cast them. Oh, I don't have a Cryptic Command in here. I thought I had a Cryptic Command in here already. I cast Logic Knot earlier instead. So they have 5. And I want to leave up 6. Suck it, control player. I mean, Modern basically sends that message, right? Worth noting that we have all 6 of our basic lands in play now, so this Field of Ruin is not going to give us another land. Yep, and with this Prismatic Omen in play, they're actually just going to get to Valakut us out of the game. Is the issue here. They're going to get to, like, crack this fetch land. Well, I guess we're Shadow of Doubting that at this point. Oh, I don't think there's anything wrong with how Control is positioned in Modern, for reference. A lot of people like to act like Control being medium in Modern is like some kind of bug in the format. I think it's fine. I think it's, like, plenty reasonable. Search for Azcanta, God bless. The problem here is they're going to draw 2 more Valakuts and we're going to die. I guess I could end step Cryptic bounce this and then the next turn do it. Yeah, I guess that's the line we're getting set up for at this point. If they, when they pass again here, we're going to bounce the Prismatic Omen. We do have a Sphinx's Revelation. That's true, I forgot about that. Alright, so the problem with this is they could go Valakut, Valakut, and kill us. So I'm going to counter this and draw a card. There's plenty of good interactive decks in Modern. Mardu Pyromancer is one of the best decks in the format. It is very interactive. The people that like to piss and moan that interactive decks aren't good enough in Modern are people who are really pissing and moaning that the specific interactive deck that they like isn't good enough in Modern. There are plenty of interactive decks that are competitive in Modern. Just the very specific interactive decks that the people that are complaining about like tend to not be good in Modern. Yes, Humans is very interactive. In fact, one of the reasons why it's good is because it's so interactive. Mana Leak. Yeah, we're gonna bin that one. Honestly, maybe I'm supposed to draw that, if only so I can Sphinx's Revelation and not deck out. Teferi and Search for Azcanta are both good. I agree. I agree that both of these are very good cards. In fact, I think not having at least 2 searches in this deck is a pretty big mistake. We can cast 3 Cryptic Commands this turn, can't we? It's kind of funny. We might actually win this game because they just haven't drawn Valakuts. My 4-mana spell's better than your 4-mana spell. Neener, neener, neener. I don't think I want to bounce the Omen anymore because I'm kind of running out of counter spells, right? I'm kind of running out of counter spells. Actually want to bottom that one. I think I'm just supposed to pass. If I Teferi and plus, that leaves me with 3, 4, 5, 6. And I want 7 mana up because I want to have Disallow plus Cryptic Command. And this game is such a great example of why Gideon of the Trials is so good in a matchup like this. Because could you imagine if I just had a 4/4 that could beat my opponent to death right now? That would be absurd, right? Like if I just had a Gideon, they would be very dead. $60 donation there from Carpesum. I'm assuming that's to cut the line. Can you bump Grixis, Kiki, Gorios? Probably. Grixis, Kiki, Gorios. I'd be happy to bump that up for you. Thank you for the support. Support. Blah, blah, blah. I can English. What do I want to do? I probably want to activate the Azcanta, right? There's 14 cards in my deck. That's plenty to activate. The Captain Magar with that tier 2 sub. 3 months already. I remember the days of running for diaper changes. Yep. My kids are great, but the stream quality has definitely gone up since I've been able to focus on just streaming and not playing double duty while I do it. Thank you for the 3 months of support. Be sure to drop me a message in private. Let me know what deck you'd like to bump this month for your tier 2 sub. I mean, I can always Sphinx in response, right? Like, I've got plenty of mana here. And I've got a Disallow for a Valakut trigger too. And again, this is why blue-white control feels good. We spent a long time winning that game of Magic. That was not a short game of Magic. That was we're gonna grind this mother into the ground game of Magic. All right, what do we think of this board plan? I never said unwinnable. I said it was very difficult. And when I talked about why it was difficult, it involved them drawing Valakuts, and they didn't draw Valakuts. They didn't draw Valakuts. They didn't draw the way that I explicitly described how we often lose the game. No, I don't plan to ever board this card in. No, this is a bad card that is silly in the sideboard. I might board this in against green-black mid-range. Maybe. I'm not tapping out for a 7-mana card against Scapeshift. Did you see that game? I could barely tap out for a 4-mana spell. No joke, Turkin. He didn't have Surgical in his sideboard. And I was like, why aren't there Surgicals in our sideboard, Justin? We have 4 Snapcaster Mages. I agree. And people play Magic for more reasons than to just win. And that's fine. You can and should play the decks of Magic that you love. And my being critical, and this is something especially Legacy players seem to hate for whatever reason. I have a lot of Legacy players that are very hostile towards me when I'm critical of decks in the format, because they take it very personally when I'm critical of the things that they like. And I'm just trying to be honest and give my unbiased opinion. Let's be honest, it's an opinion, it's very biased. Unbiased is the wrong way. I'm just trying to tell specifically how and why I feel the way I feel about different things in all of these formats. Fourth land there is absurd. Negate and Snap are actually also both pretty good here, right? So I think this is just top. I think I might Snap Visions on 3. We'll see how much ramp they have. We might not be able to tap out for Snap Visions on 3. Go Box with the $5 donation. Thank you very much for the support. Greetings from Australia. You're awesome, man. Keep up the good stuff. Well, thanks for the support. Thanks for helping me stay here. Thanks for keeping me employed. But Jeff. I got you, Nick Knack. Good morning, by the way. So, I actually can't tap out here because we're going to be in range of getting lethal next turn. We can thankfully Logic Knot a Titan, and we can negate Escape Shift, so we've got that going for us. I should have played the Field of Ruin here, huh? Yeah, I definitely should have played the Field, because if I'm not negating or Logic Knotting, I want to field this Valakut. So yeah, this was a mistake on my part. I should have played this. Awesome, Jet. Yeah, and that's the kind of thing I want to make it easier for people to find, for sure. And now I'm actually playing this land out intentionally instead of the Field of Ruin, because I want to be able to fetch a basic and Logic Knot for a good deal here to stop a Primeval Titan potentially. Although I guess I have Path for a Titan, but Titan's going to get them 2 Valakut, so I really can't let it resolve. Yeah, I'm really happy with how everything on the site's turned out. It's been great being able to justify investing more time into my content stuff since I get to call this a gerb now. I have my art guy sent me 6 more deck banners to add more stuff to the website later on, although I don't think I'm going to get to it before Indy. Although I might tether my netbook and work on it in the car. Might tether my netbook and work on it in the car. You know what? I was supposed to field them in response to this, because now they get to 3 me. No, I have an art person that I pay for their work. They do contract stuff for me. All right, I mean, we're going to 9 here, but this got the Steve out of the play, so it's just kind of good for us. Looking for some lands. Yeah, I actually think Jace is probably good here, right? I'm going to bottom this second snap, though, I think. Visions again. I am not paying him in exposure. I give him actual dollars. As someone who makes his living being paid to create things, I make sure to pay other people who create things a reasonable amount. I'm doing well, I'm freak. Although it looks like we might win a match here, which means I'm gonna have to play a fourth one. Oh, Brick, thanks for the 3-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I'm playing this in brainstorming. If they have double threat next turn, I'm gonna regret this decision. But again, I really feel like there's positions like this where you need to just, you know, basically make them have it and stick your thing that's gonna win the game. Resolves. Sweet. And again, like, now we get super rewarded because I have a Jace on an empty board now. How does that resubscription work? Actually, or what does it mean? Resubscribing just means you subscribe multiple months in a row, basically. Hisu. So like people who says like, when it says like 24-month resubscription, that means someone has been contributing to my channel for 24 months. I'm gonna put these two back. Or like, oh no, not again. They've been here for 6 months. Thanks for the half a year of support. I appreciate it. Get to stick this Gideon. And now that we've kind of weathered the scary part, I have 2 counter spells up, but I'm basically gonna have 2 counter spells up for the rest of this game. Burn Peter with the brand new Twitch Prime. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. I basically just think having too many good cantrips is not good for Modern. I have come around to the idea that a format with too many good cantrips is not a good format. I understand what Wizards wanted to do and why it's a good thing. You should watch my latest ranting video from yesterday talking about why I like a format with less cantrips in it. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Thanks for the support, Burnt Peter. Yeah, exactly, Hiso. So every month when it comes up and you're charged again, if you wanna contribute again, you'll get that ticker that goes up. Yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot now. And there are some of you out there that means we can't lose. There are some of you out there who are wondering things like, but Jeff, you could be fate sealing them right now. Why aren't you fate sealing them? And to those people I say, do you realize how many times you have to not brainstorm to fate seal someone out of the game? Do you realize how many cards you have to skip drawing to fate seal them out of the game? It depends on your settings. Twitch Prime subs have to manually renew. So Twitch doesn't let Prime subs set it and forget it, basically. But the paid subscriptions, people that send actual dollar dues every month, they can set it to auto renew. And we can just discard the Spreading Seas at this point. Thanks for the 2-month resubscription, Hisa. I appreciate it. And when you resub, you get to send a message through with it. Thanks for keeping me here. Thanks for keeping me employed. Stop it. I am leaving Friendly this evening. Matt has to work till 6 o'clock, so we're gonna be getting in late. They had a copy of Wood Elves. Just a good example of these Gideons being great. You know, we're actually able to you know, turn the corner and actually kill them that game instead of taking 22 turns. The actual answer, Brightstar, is that I could have closed my eyes and picked the cards I used to counter their spells at random, and we probably would have won the game. What stone does it take to evolve Eevee into Gideon? The no-fly list. Oh, we have a command, right? We have a Justin command. That command's great. You should play... The best part about playing decks like this, when you play decks like this in paper, at a certain point, you should just flip your hand face up on the table and just be like, this is what I got. You're allowed to concede at any point. In paper, you're allowed to reveal your hand at any point to your opponent. While we're waiting for the next match to pop, I'd just like to welcome everyone to TGIF. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. Hope you're enjoying yourself here. We play a ton of Magic. We focus primarily on Modern. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel, or at the very least checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. I love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. Honey is a free browser add-on that when you install it using link bit.ly/HoogleHoney, you'll be supporting my content here at absolutely no cost to yourself. What Honey does is when you're shopping online, it looks at the stuff in your shopping cart that you're buying anyways and searches for coupon codes to try and save you some money on things that you want. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 7 weeks now, and we truly enjoy it. Lisa produces foam mattresses, and I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top. You can save $160 or more. The Oratog. Thanks for checking out, Honey. I appreciate the support. You can save $160 or more on your new mattress by checking out links bit.ly/HoogleBedUS or bit.ly/HoogleBedCA. And of course, we'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderators about receiving your complimentary timeout. How's everyone doing? Hope you're having a good day, hanging out here. Onward, upward, backward, forward. And thank you for the 3-month free subscription. I appreciate the continued support. Thanks for the quarter of a year. Watch this. If you haven't seen one of these before, clipboard managers are great. This one, it's art. Thanks for checking out, Honey. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm not here to not keep this hand, right? Why would I be here if not for the timeouts? It's gotta be boss. I think I'm actually no, I'm gonna play Authority of the Council on one just in case. Hopefully they're playing Burn. Hopefully they're playing Burn and this card's about to gain us a bunch of life. Yeah, clipboard managers are one of the many things that aren't built into Windows that make me go, why doesn't this exist by default? You know what the other thing that should be built into Windows is? It blows my mind that it's 2018 and the file manager in Windows doesn't have tabs in it. Like, come on, is this really so hard? Your web browser has tabs. Can you put tabs in the file manager, please? Tarantula Hots, thanks for checking out, Honey. I appreciate it. God bless, Scissors. God bless. Authority of the Council is actually pretty funny against Grish. Woo, doggy! We're never going to be able to beat these Vengevines, but we have the moral high ground of knowing they come into play tapped. We're super dead here. All right, so here's a real question. Here's a real question. Do I keep the Spreading Seas and hope to screw them off their colors of mana? That's probably aggressive, right? I think we're supposed to go bottom here and dig for Path to Exile. Think we're supposed to dig for Path. Listen, I knew the answer to that question when I asked it. I knew Twitch chat was going to be like, yeah, Jeff, try and get their mana. Get him, Jeff, get him. We want him to not play Magic, Jeff. I think stone raining there is super. I think doing that there is super wrong. No, stop it. Stop it. I'm asking chat about mana denial, exactly. Suna Yummy, you should check out my article on Gathering Magic talking about the archetype, and I give budget options with no engineered explosives in my article on JAC. And that article on JAC is linked on my homepage as well for easy access. Blue-white Podza. No, it really wouldn't have been, right? And look at that. Because I bottomed aggressively, I found a Path to Exile. Because I bottomed aggressively, I found a Path to Exile. That being said, we don't have Terminus in our deck, so we're like almost certainly never winning this matchup. But, you know, I have the moral high ground because I did find the path. Sure, why not? Look at how much health we've gained from our Authority of the Councils. It's technically gained us, like, more than that, right? Because it stopped the Vengevine. Gained us, like, 15. Yeah, I think Terminus is actually a pretty big deal. I like the builds with Terminus more than anything else right now, for sure. We kind of have 8 paths, Justin. Essentially is a strong verbiage. We kind of have 8 paths. We do have a settle. That's true. That's true. We do have a settle. I can't tell if that was someone cleverly asking for a timeout, but they're getting one. What would we do about Tron if there wasn't Blood Moon in the format? Kids these days. Kids these days. Fog Drakon. Fog Drakon. Oh, I'm firmly expecting to lose this matchup. A Bridge from Below is the card generating zombies, you know? The classic magic card that doesn't do anything while in play, but does something while in the discard pile, you know? It's classics. Sweeper. I do too. The fact that there's a mana cost on Bridge from Below is like really funny. So this is 5. We're technically going to 1 here. Yeah, Bridge stacks as well. Here's a hot take for you, Magic Weiss. People that are playing decks like my opponent's deck aren't playing around things. So making them think we have things is pointless. They're playing their deck to kill people. In my experience, Bridgevine is worse than Hallowed One. Because Hallowed One is less hampered by graveyard hate, like Rest in Peace and Leyline of the Void. It's still, like, kind of annoyed by those cards, but it's not just dead to them. Alright, so we get to bring in a couple Surgicals. To bring in an extra Wrath. Get to cut these counter spells. I guess I want these engineered explosives to clean zombies. That seems fine. Bringing Gideon over Spreading Seas. Is Snare actually bad? I guess they probably don't play Goblin Lore. I'm gonna keep that for now. Yeah, they might play Cathartic. Rest in Peace is one of the main draws to blue-white. That's... Am I getting turn 1 Vengevine? I am getting turn 1 Vengevine. Abundant Growth has upside, Suna. Abundant Growth fixes your mana and it keeps your gemstone mines alive. I tweeted the Red Black Dragons deck last night. You can find it on my Twitter. Giving them a colored mana feels bad here, but I don't think I can just sit here and keep taking hits from this. Maybe I should have just... They don't have basic lands. Holy gosh, they don't have basic lands. Let the greed flow through you, my children. Oh, they just drew it. They have one basic land and they drew it for the turn. Still greedy. Still greedy. My statement still stands. Alright, am I just supposed to... I think I'm supposed to Wrath this board. I'm at 11. I think I'm supposed to Wrath this board. This is not budget blue-white. Justin made these card choices for reason unbeknownst to us. Yeah. Yeah, so I think while I don't think blue-white control is a tier 1 deck in the current modern format, I do think it's very reasonable, and there's a lot of good work that's been done by a lot of very smart people on it. The things that I would note for playing a more traditional blue-white deck, based on my experience playing them, is that you should play 2 Gideon of the Trials in the main deck of your blue-white deck, and you should have 2 Vendilion Clicks in the sideboard. And honestly, if I was serious about testing blue-white control, I would be very, very surprised if not playing Nimble Obstructionist wasn't correct. I really think Nimble Obstructionist has a lot of potential to be very good in this archetype. It's a card where the Stifle effect is valuable in a variety of matchups, and it's a 3-1 beater against decks like Storm, KCI, Tron, and Valakut when you need to actually kill them. That looks pretty reasonable, F-Gator. I think I would probably play 2 Teferi, though. Teferi is very good. You probably don't need 4 Spreading Seas. You probably don't need 4 Spreading Seas. You should watch my league yesterday with the Awakening Cat Verge. We actually played pretty traditional red black hollowed one yesterday, and I think the deck is very good. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this Viscera Seer. When I have time, I'm going to be adding we played Red Black Hollowed one 3 or 4 times on stream now after yesterday. I'm definitely going to be adding that to the list of decks on my website along with videos and stuff. So that'll be there. That'll be there at some point. Hey, Evars. The equipment's okay. I think it's probably too cute overall. But if you want to be cute with a tier 1 deck, it's probably fine. Yeah, I think like, and the one thing I think a lot of people miss is that like the floor on a card that replaces itself, that can draw a card, is like really, really pretty high, right? No, we won't be getting until about 10 o'clock local this evening. Matt has to work until 6 p.m. Cornfield time. This is sweet tea. This is raspberry sweet tea, in fact. Raspberry tea is my favorite. That's just part of why this archetype is solidly tier 2 in my mind, Guitar Guy. There are a lot of matches where your stuff just doesn't line up correctly and you're going to die. It's just how it goes. I'm gonna cast this now for 3 because I want to try and hit a land drop this turn, I think. Alright, settles pretty good here. I think Nimble's probably good in both. I would believe that Nimble's fine in Jeskai. I would expect it to be good in traditional blue-white too. So I have a path to deal with this Hangerback Walker, and then I hopefully have a Settle the Wreckage to clean the rest of the board out. I'm gonna bottom this. I'm in the market for a snap though, I think. this is modern. You can consistently win with anything you want. It's why this format is the most popular competitive format Magic has ever had. This is a format for brewers and people that like to work outside the box. The power level of this format is very fairly flat. The best decks are not that much better than the decks that are weaker. You could probably say that Settle was above average. I feel like Obstructionist is one of those cards that's like gonna slowly get adopted by more decks, just because, like, again, the floor being cantrip, it makes it reasonably high. Yes, I do, Hiso. The other thing about blue-white control, this is game 2 of match 4, and we've been playing this league for 2 hours. It's so long, chat. It's so long. Alright, hopefully, I hear Azcanta is nice this time of year. We don't know what conversion rates are, Langler. We have very limited data about conversion rates. The couple of small events we have we have conversion rates for are not enough to draw full pictures of the entire format. Weird that back. Refreshing your chat should do it when you resub. Yeah, from one Grand Prix. One Grand Prix does not a picture paint, especially in a format that's as diverse as Modern. We would need data from several Grand Prix. That's a good draw. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of these bridges now before they bite me in the butt. D052, thanks for the 5-month resub. I appreciate it. Welcome back. And then hopefully they just attack into the Snap Settle. I have no idea, Langler. If they posted somewhere that they're going to continue to do that, that would be awesome and would help us paint a picture of the format. Thanks, Claywalk. I appreciate it. They wisened up, chat. They wisened up. This is a good attack from the opponent. It's a good attack. The lack of colonnades is just a Justin thing. He finally put Snapcaster Mages in his deck. Normally, he doesn't even play this card because he doesn't like to actually be able to attack and win the game. Ronnie, thank you for the 2-month resubscription. Thanks for re-upping and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Well, this is just Stone Rain, so I'm going to go ahead and do this now. Yeah, I'm going to be playing the Open and Indie this weekend. I'm going to see if I remember how to shuffle cardboard. Just Stone Raid them. I do what I can, Zach. Thanks for the bit. Yes, Colonnade also plays defense. That is correct. I agree with that assessment. For the record, I think not having Colonnades is wrong. To set the bar low, this is the most playable deck Justin's ever sent in. But I think he knows that too. I think he secretly sends in decks to make me suffer. He likes watching me flail around struggling to actually win the game. This is how Justin wants his decks to win. He wants the opponent to go, all right, I'm done, concede. I think that's the goal of his decks. Path to Exile, Surgical Extraction. Need some lands, but we're good to go. Justin is certainly a Lantern control player. You're not wrong. All right, they found a bridge. I think the total land count in this deck's probably too low too. Not playing 25 lands, I think, is a mistake. That's very true. This deck and the previous deck he sent in were decks that I almost could win matches with it. Get close enough and then just get swatted down at the end. No, I think I want to let the Seer happen. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Random Twitch chat dweller. Like wanting to scream and yell and fling their poop and tell me I'm wrong. Okay, here's the reason why I'm waiting to Surgical the Bridge. I'm going to wait to Surgical the Bridge because I'd like to encourage my opponent to sacrifice their 1/1s because Bridge has an intervening if clause, which means if they sacrifice their 1/1 and I Surgical the Bridge in response, they don't get their 2/2, which means I get to deny them some value, which is reasonable. So if you want to engage and you want to explain why you feel your line is better, do that in the future. If you just want to fling poop and type I'm wrong with exclamation points in chat afterwards, you know, go somewhere else because you're not being constructive or contributing something meaningful. Sure, but if they want to sack their whole board too, I'm okay with that. Like, they've ended up with the same 2 power they would have had regardless. And the Scry doesn't matter because I'm going to shuffle their deck here in half a second. I didn't look at their deck last time. I should probably do that. They brought in 2 Revelries and then just a bunch of other stuff. Sure. They don't get more value, Nigh Oblivion, because if I Surgicaled it in response to this Viscera Seer, they'd have 2 1/1s and a Viscera Seer in play. So they've had exactly the same amount of power in play. The result is now they have 1 2/2 instead of 2 1/1s. And 1 2/2 is better for me when I have Gideon of the Trials in my hand. So they have the same amount of power, but it's the same amount of power across fewer bodies. So fewer bodies is better when I have a card like Gideon of the Trials in my hand. We do get punished by Gravecrawler, though. Never mind. JK. Viscera Seer makes Despearing less appealing. I'm gonna Gideon and plus, and then hope they kill Gideon and then draw a land to sweep them next turn. People are really overvaluing how much value 1 Scry is worth. This is far more relevant than giving them a scry. And again, I can't just de-sphere the Gravecrawlers, because if I de-sphere a Gravecrawler, they're going to sack that one in response with the Viscera Seer. I'm going to go top here as a show of strength, but I'm just shuffling them away. We're pretty close to dead here. We're taking 8, 9. Do I want to use this as a game too? I don't think so. Yeah, maybe I do. I can't exile it. They have Viscera Seer in play. I mean, this Vengevine deck isn't really new, and I think it's always had legs to it. Again, just like the metric for playable in Modern is really low. It's, does this have a linear turn 2 or turn 3 kill you draw with some consistency? If yes, then it's fine. Taking 7 here down to 4. No, I think opening it untapped land there is pretty bad. Yeah, they must have the swamp in hand. Because if I was just banking on hitting an untapped land here, I'd be dead to the Bloodghast coming back with haste. And now, like, I'm not dead to Bloodghast coming back with haste. Yeah, those are... Well, I don't think even just necessarily... You can't just stop it. You need a way to apply pressure too. Like, you need a way to actually kill your opponent and end the game. Alright, this plus a land is lethal. God bless you, opponent. You've put us out of blue-white control misery. Alright, so... Blue-white control. This specific blue-white control... This specific blue-white control wrap-up. To set the bar low... This is the best deck Justin has ever sent me. Probably, maybe. I think he took the traditional blue-white control archetype and made it pretty significantly worse. Play more lands, play some Gideons, play some other things. Someone linked me something. I still have it here. This configuration is what someone linked me based on what someone else had provided. Something like this. No, wait, is this the one I clicked on? Something like this is probably reasonable. This Dragonlord Ojutai is probably nonsense. But, like, play some Snapcaster Mages. I think Nimble Obstructionist is possibly good. I think Click is good. Not playing Colonnades is just absurd. Play some Colonnades. I think two Teferi is probably right. Yeah. So, you know... I'm not a huge fan of this archetype in general, but I do think it does things that are reasonable in Modern. So if you do really like this archetype, I think it is playable. It's one of the many decks that's playable in Modern, but don't do things like this and stuff like that. All right.